It was a cool Friday night, and I was at a Halloween event, ready to carve my own jack-o'-lantern, when I got a text message from an unknown number. The message was from someone who said they had enjoyed listening to my Verizon Wireless mini-series and thought it would be great if I expanded on it. This message, out of the blue, gave me the motivation to make another video. So here I am, recording a new one. Initially, I thought about compiling random stories. But then I drifted back to the true scary stories that originally inspired me to start this channel. Clearly, whoever texted me knew me well, and I quickly guessed it was a former coworker. After a bit of back and forth, I asked for the 10th time who they were, and finally, they revealed themselves, none other than OJ. He had been my store manager at Verizon on at least 2 occasions, and he was easily one of the funniest yet strictest supervisors I'd ever worked under. His message got me thinking about some of our times together, good and bad, starting with the last encounter we had. In June 2015, I submitted my 2-week resignation letter to OJ, and he later pulled me aside to discuss it. After speaking with his supervisors, he told me I was free to leave without having to work during the notice period. I turned in my work phone, leaving it on OJ's office desk, and he assured me he'd take care of it. But a few months later, I received a collections letter from Verizon saying I hadn't turned in the phone. Furious, I contacted OJ, and he immediately mailed the device, providing me with a tracking number. Once I verified that it had arrived, I called the collections department, but all they would say was, "All credits have been applied to this balance. How would you like to pay?" Despite my efforts, I couldn't resolve it, and the $441 charge ended up as a black mark on my credit report until it dropped off 7 years later. Even with that incident, I couldn't help but smile when OJ's message reminded me of his personality quirks, like his custom McDoubles. When we worked at the mall, he'd often ask me to grab a McDoubles from McDonald's with special instructions. He wanted white cheese instead of yellow, and bacon added. OJ ran a tight ship, so I did what I could to keep things cool with him. After all, he'd set up a camera to watch us on the sales floor, and often on his days off would pretend to be a customer as he strolled by the entrance to watch us. This should give you an idea what kind of manager he was. One day, when I was with a customer doing an account analysis, OJ texted me to demo the home phone service and pitch a tablet and hotspot. I replied that I would, wishing him a nice day off. He shot back, "Stop messing around. Sales rep tends to get transferred, which would be unfortunate." One day, OJ even asked me to be his informant, someone who'd keep him in the loop about any workplace gossip or negative comments. I don't recall any coworkers openly complaining about him, but OJ still checked in regularly asking for informant news. Though he ran a tight ship, he had a sense of humor that made work fun. Like when he'd ask me to take pictures of him playfully pointing out people leaving the store as if he were kicking them out. Once, an employee from another district came to collect some iPhone 5Ss, and OJ wanted me to snap a photo of him pointing at the guy. After the employee left, I asked if he even knew who he was, and OJ replied, "Hell no, but I didn't like his attitude or the way he looked at me. I'm posting that pic in the district chat." What made OJ great is that he would also give me pep talks, much like Steven did. He would take me to the side and he would say, "I'm the best. So if I'm the best, I expect you to be the best. So sell, and just do it, ta." Yep, that's what he would tell me, and I'm sure he would tell my other coworkers that same speech that somehow worked on me. In early 2015, I was transferred to a new store in Inglewood and was happy with the move. But a few months later, my manager told me that OJ wanted me back to his store. I was frustrated, but was told it was a done deal. A week later, I was back at OJ's location, though he hadn't changed much. The work culture had, and I was growing tired of the company. Not long after, I received a job offer and decided to leave. I sometimes wonder if OJ felt slighted, thinking he was the reason I left. But honestly, he was a big reason why I stayed as long as I did. Now OJ's been sending me old pictures, reminding me of all the hilarious times we had at Verizon. As tough as he was, his humor and unique style made the workplace both competitive and fun. So, here's to more stories, OJ. Thanks for reaching out and for inspiring me to share more memories of those days.